Welcome to nlsa podcast. This podcast is actually presented by Nimple and Resourcefully. I would like to know more about your company. Before you and we start, can you tell about a little bit about yourself, what you do, what problem you're trying to solve in this world?
Okay, great. So Grant DeLu, I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders of Datamask. So we're a New Zealand headquartered data security solution.
Okay.
What we do is we solve the problem of sensitive data that can fall into lower environment use cases. So what sort of started is instead of putting your customer data into your development or testing environments, or using your customer data for AI and ML use cases, testing, fine-tuning, companies should be using synthetically identical customer data. That way they're protecting the users and not exposing sensitive information, not falling foul of any data protection or data privacy legislation,
Okay.
but getting all the benefits of their customer data.
All right. So when you say synthetic data, what does that really mean?
Yeah, synthetically identical customer data is what we provide. So how Datamask works is we deploy into our clients' environment. So dark site deployment, we're not SaaS. We're not asking them to send their sensitive data outside of their network. So we deploy as a dark site into their secure zone. And because we got that privileged access, we can understand the data structures. We have access to the databases, the files. And from there, we can identify what's sensitive and what's not. And so what we do is when you take a copy of that information for those lower environment use cases or AI use cases, we will change the sensitive, replace the sensitive information with synthetically identical data. So where PII was, or credit card information or health information, we're replacing it with synthetic data that looks and acts exactly like the original data. So names will be names, date of births will be date of births, but the name would have changed, the date of birth has changed, but we've kept the same age of the person as an example. And then we're able to do that across all data sets, all data stores within the organization. So an organization can keep referential integrity, data consistency. It maintains all its relevance as if it's production data.
Okay.
But they get none of the downside. There's no data sovereignty risks, no data breach.
This is sitting in the client's.
It's all sitting in the client's environment.
Okay. There is no agent talking to you, nothing like that.
No. We do have what's called in-flight masking, and we have like on AWS Marketplace, we have our MCP agent solution as well.
Okay.
So you can have an agent call Datamask and perform masking.
That's good.
We're also working on a agent tool now within the Datamask tool to understand the data lineage and relationships and to build that rule set on how to mask that data. We're doing a lot in that space.
As you bought into MCP, can we get to know a little bit more about MCP? Okay, when we should be using MCP? Oh, let's start with basics. Like, what is an MCP? Why a company should have an MCP?
Yep.
When we should be rising that?
Okay. So you're right. You're pushing me here, but yeah, model context protocol. So effectively, it's a way of having agents speak to other agents and interact. So the way I like to think about it personally, whether that's accurate or not, but almost like how APIs develop. Like it's a communication platform to allow the interchange of agents, speak to agents or applications. So we see this as obviously a major step moving forward. Agentic AI is going to be huge.
Yep.
Organizations going to be needing to test their agentic AI. And so, we have developed a tool that allows, again, still a dark site deployment, but it can call an MCP server, and then we can connect to multiple different models behind that. So customers can choose via Bedrock which models they want to be using. And then so we're leveraging their infrastructure. And because, again, we're a dark site deployment, we're leveraging their models, it means that no sensitive data is actually leaving their secure zone. So again, it's a big part of our thesis is ensuring that they're not sending sensitive data outside, or we're not becoming an attack vector, which is why everything we do is it's designed for enterprise, deploying in our client's environment.
So there will be no question about data sovereignty.
Exactly. Or us being a risk vector, which is the big thing, right?
Yeah.
So if you're getting your data security company to de-identify the data and you're having to send your sensitive data outside of your environment, that's a risk.
Yeah.
Everything we do is in the environment. We've got no access to Datamask when it's deployed. And so we do the de-identification within their production zone before that's copied out to the lower environment.
As a founder, as you are the founder of the company. So as a founder in New Zealand, what is your biggest challenge?
I've got to be careful here that New Zealand's not known for its data security, right? So like this is, majority of the solutions in the world have come from Israel or the US, have been advanced with GDPR. And so very early on, we made the decision to go offshore. So I think our third customer we ever had was New Zealand based. First was Australia, second was the US. Okay, then we finally sold one here. But this is changing, and we are seeing a lot more interest, and we've got customers here in New Zealand, and we've got active POCs going on here. But 75% of our revenue is actually outside of Australia and New Zealand. Majority of it is North America and Europe.
Ah. So everyone in New Zealand who I talk to, everyone says New Zealand is a place for testing your product. Then you can take it globally.
Mm-hmm.
But you had a different approach to it.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to know why is that?
Because I think New Zealand takes a she'll be right attitude to data security. So there's a lot of, when we started DataMask, there was a lot of people saying, well, why do we even need to do that? We can, the teams have got access to production data, the testing, that was the mentality. And in the 4 years we've been around, we've seen that change. But whereas, internationally, that attitude is different. That attitude is no, there's data privacy rules, there's security rules. Most data breaches happen in those lower environments, which are less secured. They don't have the same governance. Majority of data breaches are in those lower environments. It's a very simple way to shrink your attack surface is by removing those.
That's interesting. You can say like, I'm going to put a border like New Zealand is not focused in security.
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding. So, okay, cool. So you have these challenges, and anyone who are trying to being in the entrepreneur space, what's the advice you can give to them? For example, okay, I'll leave that to you. Whatever you feel like, what's the best advice you can give anyone who have an idea on their mind? They want to bring a startup. What's the process going to look like? What's the advice you're going to give to them?
Start it. Start it. Just start it. I think a lot of people, the idea is the smallest, probably easiest part, which is maybe the hardest thing for people to hear.
Yeah.
Yes, there's value in the idea, but it's execution. It 100% needs to be around ensuring that you execute. Yeah, and you follow through, and you're prepared to go through pain, and but start.
Cool. Where do you see AI agents playing in a role of your growth?
Yeah, I mean, a huge tailwind for DataMask as a company has been AI. Organizations need access to high quality data to test, train, fine tune these models.
Yep.
You can't, with a lot of these AI use cases, you need to test them before you put them on, because things are moving from what was deterministic in an application world where things will always work the same if they work that way once, to AI, which is probabilistic, and like 80% of the time it works the same way. And then the other 20%, it's gone completely off the reservation. So the testing requirements have gone significantly higher.
Okay.
Right? So organizations need high quality data to test, fine tune. And that applies whether you're using RAG, whether you're using agents, you need to be testing these things, and don't test on real customer data, right? So it is slightly like don't do it.
Yeah.
You need to limit your exposure to risk. Test on synthetically identical data. You get all the benefits of your customer data, but zero risks.
Okay. That's true. Do you think people really use PII data to do testing in any new environment?
100%. 100%. Yeah. All right. You would have surely seen it in your career.
I just don't bother to say that, but from people like you, it's when you say that you are more experienced in seeing clients doing these scenarios, right? When you are
The amount of phone calls we had, unfortunately, sometimes the compelling event is they've had a data breach in that lower environment.
Testing is slow and complex. Meet Nimble AI streamlines your testing. Scan, report, and resolve issues fast. Release better software confidently with nimble.ai. Hiring shouldn't drain you. Meet Resourcefully, a one-stop solution platform for job market, a place where traditional hiring is disrupted. Scout global IT talent, compare rates, hire in hours. Hello and welcome to nlsa podcast. Just wanted to understand what you do.
Yeah.
What's your passion about? What problem you're trying to solve?
Okay. So I'm basically like still a uni student.
Yeah.
And then I like start called like the startup called like JJobs.
Yeah.
So we're like started from like startup week in Wellington.
Okay. Yeah.
So that startup is about like everyone these days know about like how to using the TikTok.
Yeah.
Like just like TikTok features, we are thinking about like that way.
Yeah.
But like student can get job a lot easier through like through like the scrolling feature like TikTok.
Okay. So you are a company that giving solutions for career-oriented people.
Yeah.
Who looking for jobs.
Yeah.
But in an entertainment way.
Yeah, in the way. Yeah.
So that's awesome. So where do you see this is a problem, and where do you think this is the solution?
Right. Because like lots of like even though startup were like the employees,
Yep.
they need to one day they need to looking for like employee.
Yep.
But the process is so hard. They have to write the CV and the cover letter for employee perspective, but also same time for employers, they have to write like so many like job posts.
Yeah.
Like each different job post.
Yeah.
So we want to minimize it as a just like short form like the video, like how they upload like their TikTok or Instagram.
So this is going to be a video resume.
video reason.
So it's 1 minute or 2 minute. People like it, scroll up or scroll left, down. Okay.
basically
Like a, can I say it's like a 3D swipe left, so swipe right?
no, it's not like swipe left and swipe right. It's like just keep it scrolling.
Keep scrolling.
Keep scrolling.
So there is no like short. How do you shortlist? If I'm a recruiter,
yeah.
I like this person. How am I going to
You
shortlist?
can like just like button like
that's nice.
I want to like reply or like apply for like,
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Are you all friends in this community, or you have founders with different age differences? You have like how does this work?
oh okay. We're all like different age, and then like all of us like meet at like startup week in Wellington. So we didn't really have like specific idea for like startup.
Yeah.
But we all met there, and then we won that place like at the first place of the startup week in Wellington like event.
All right. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
From someone who is graduating into uni, and they want to start a startup or they want to be in the startup ecosystem,
Yeah.
what is your advice? How should they do it?
I believe like at my journey until now, I feel just try anything, do anything, and then like do anything, then you will sort it out. And then I don't think like money should go first. Like I think something go first is like their passion, like what they really want to try to do. And then I feel the problem solving skill is really, really important as a startup, because startup is like always like doing like small problem solving skill is getting like ended up that gonna be make it like company a little bit bigger and bigger.
Ah, okay. As a member of startup founder,
Yeah.
what is your biggest challenge?
My biggest challenge is like, I think we want to like bring customer more.
Can I say sales is the biggest challenge?
Yeah, at the moment, like
Yeah.
because like we did like our first beta version is already open now, so you can like upload the like your job post if you're like looking for some students or like you want to hire some people, you can post on our platform.
Okay.
Something is possible, but we don't have like enough like customer, so we need to looking for more customer is like our biggest challenge at the moment. Yeah.
Awesome. From your experience as a newcomer to the market,
Yeah.
what kind of skill set everyone should start adopting?
I think it's just like, as I mentioned just before, like the problem solving skill is like always need to most important for like startup, because that is like how I feel that's how we won our startup week in Wellington. And then that is like how each like the problem. So example, like especially in the coding skill,
Yeah.
I believe that could be possible. Like each small bugs, like detail, those kind of bugs is like fixing it is always like, I feel like start from like the problem solving.
Okay. What advice you can give to our audience?
Audience advice. I'm not really sure I'm the position to like give advice like to someone.
I believe everyone's life have some level of experience
Right.
that you can share.
Okay. Now I think like just try, keep try.
Be persistent.
Keep try. Yeah, keep
Okay.
trying. One day you will recognize, and then one day you don't even know what you've done sometimes, and then you don't even know that it's right position to do it. I think just like keep trying it, either fail, because I feel even though that is fail, because that failure is like make you more like stronger. Like and then on the other side, I want like, because I'm from like background is designer. Designer perspective is like, if there is no user for the product, that product is like, it doesn't really like useful, I feel. Yeah.
I like your confidence. I like the way you talk.
Thank
It's really amazing. One last question with you. One book you can advise everyone should read.
I can't really remember like the name of the book, but I read it about the book is like most of it is like more about like the stock market. Oh, because I quite interested about like stock market. The reason why I'll say like the stock market and then stock market is like really important because like all of that space is like where the money is moving.
Yeah, okay.
So if you know the stock market, you can know like where is the money is going.
You are really smart.
Thank you.
You're really smart.
Thank you so much.
That's an interesting perspective to understand the world moments.
Yeah.
And I heard this from really experienced people. I'm quite amazed to see it's coming from you.
Thank you.
It's really good.
Thank you so much.
It's really nice to talk to you. We'll have a detailed conversation later on.
Yeah, sure.
Good to meet you.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Don't forget to hit that bell icon and subscribe to Nlsa Podcast to hear stories of yesterday for a better tomorrow. Signing off, this is your host, Anuvindh.